Hey Lightweights, today I'm going to be reacting to Band of Brothers Episode 7, Breaking Point. And I'm very nervous. The episodes leading up into this one have been intense. This one is titled The Breaking Point, which also sounds intense. Obviously, we're in the heat of the Battle of the Bulge. Intense. It's going to be a lot. I already know it. It's going to be a lot, and I'm very excited, but also very nervous. And I think I've said that every episode, especially recently, but it's still true. So I'm excited. I don't think I really have much more to say other than to remind you that if you are interested in the full reactions, you can find those over on Patreon. There's a link in the description or the pinned comment below. If you'd like access to these reactions, but a little bit earlier, you can become a channel member. And if you can't do either of those things because, you know, it's the holidays, money is tight, and those are both extra, I totally get it. If you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, and if you do subscribe, you can hit the bell button so you get notified when I post future reactions. And with all that done, here we go.
I've seen my friends, my men being killed.
You couldn't build a fire. If you build a fire, some crazy thing would shoot at you.
Yep.
You don't have a chance when your friends go down, you know, take care of them as you might. Those events would come back, and you never forget them.
Watching these men break down is just, it's so much more emotional because they are so tough that it's like, I think that's a record. I think it's a record. I cannot wait to find out who all of those people are. It's so good. It's so good. That has to be coming up soon, I would think. The scenes where you see them smiling and laughing in this intro are so much worse now. Seeing like where they've come and how far they are and what they've been through. It's just, those moments feel so far away. Part 7, The Breaking Point. January 2nd, 1945, Ardennes Forest, Belgium.
After holding the line at Bastogne, Easy Company was once again called on to help push the Germans back through the bulge.
Coming into here,
Yes, sir.
which means you get right there. Hey! Girl, nail it to your head.
Good, it's made of wood.
Move him out. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
He still doesn't look like his normal self.
I was glad to be out of my foxhole and moving again.
So is this episode going to be like Lips episode? Kind of feel like each episode is focused on a person.
E Company was sent to clear the Bois Jacques, the woods near the town of Foy. During that 1,000-yard attack through the woods, we encountered sporadic German machine gun fire and had a couple of casualties.
If you had a coat, you had to be feeling like a king.
Hubler's run-in with the German officer on horseback was the most dramatic moment of the day.
Obviously, he missed the first 2 shots, but that third one was a good one.
Oh, shit. Thank you.
Hubler had been talking about getting a Luger since Normandy. As we dug in, he went from foxhole to foxhole, telling everyone just how he'd finally got one.
Wasn't there somebody else who wanted one too?
Outstanding accuracy on my part, if I do say so myself.
What you do?
Which I do.
No, I'm not a good shot. Now, Dad, he was an excellent shot. Excellent, I declare.
I declare. Oh, I love it.
What happened to the horse?
I don't know, probably still running.
Is it awful of me to think they should have saved the horse so they can eat it? Not that they'd want to, but like...
Yes.
Where's Dyke?
He's around.
Could you be a little more specific there, Sergeant?
Not really, sir.
No, where's Dyke? Where the hell is he? Where the hell does he ever go?
I don't know, but I wish he'd stay the hell there.
Okay, what the hell was that?
Patrol? No, we would have heard.
Oh, Jesus, it's who? He shot! He shot himself!
With his new gun?
What happened? Just went off! What the hell are you doing with a loaded gun in your pants?
Shit, fuck, I wasn't touching her, nothing.
You're fine, don't worry about it. Come on, come on.
Is it the artery?
I think maybe I hit both.
Stop!
He's
Come on.
Hey, look. That was a great shot, really.
Okay, you're a great shot. You're a great shot. It's all right. Don't worry.
It's so bad.
How we doing?
It's so bad.
Let's get ready to move.
No, 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 no.
Stay there, Hoop.
Doc.
How did that happen?
He was wearing so many clothes we couldn't tell how bad he was bleeding. A bullet cut the main artery in his leg, sir.
Cut that main artery in the leg. That's it.
Where's Dyke? I just would have expected to get this kind of news from him.
Well, I was there, sir. Figured it might as well be me.
I freaking love Lip. He's doing such a good job.
Where's Dyke? I probably heard that question 1,000 times. There were long stretches where we didn't know where Lieutenant Dyke was. Wouldn't have been so bad if he was just one of the guys in the company. But Lieutenant Dyke was supposed to be leading the company. Moose Heiliger probably would have done a good job, but before we got a chance to find out, he was accidentally shot by a sentry.
So the amount of accidental, like, deaths and injuries.
Dyke wasn't a bad leader because he made bad decisions. He was a bad leader because he made no decisions.
All right, I gotta make a call.
I can't imagine going from Winters to that. Winters would be a hard act to follow no matter who you were, but...
Sometimes we got the feeling E Company was an annoyance to him.
Jesus Christ. You gotta do all this with a CO who's got his head so far up his fucking ass that lump in his throat is his goddamn nose.
I wouldn't want to be a replacement officer coming in here. They've been in combat together since Normandy. He's supposed to just show up and lead them? See, if you ask me, a guy'd have to march off to Berlin and come back with Hitler's mustache or something. You guys don't worry about Dyke. We all do our jobs. Everything will be fine.
That's a good point.
Well, I don't know if I believed any of that, but as company first sergeant, it was my job.
He's doing such a great job at this.
He's just another one of those arrogant rich jerks from Yale.
Oh, God, not another one of those.
Even if they would, who'd I put in his place? Shames?
Do not ever talk.
Shames seen too many war movies. Thinks he has to yell all the time.
What about Compton?
He's the only real choice. I want Easy Company to have at least one experienced platoon leader. Not that it matters anyway, because I can't get rid of Dyke.
I love Compton.
We all know who you'd like to have running easy. Trouble is, it's not your job anymore, Dick.
We all agreed Buck Compton would have been the best choice to run easy.
He's got the respect of the men.
And don't you two do something stupid like that, all right?
Try not to, Buck.
And you, Wild Bill. You do something crazy, get yourself knocked out of this thing.
I know, you'll kill me.
Even if you're dead, I'll still kill you.
He's hurting so badly.
Crazy Joe McCloskey. What? That Buck kind of reminds me of him now. Wasn't getting shot that got him. It was being in that hospital. I've been there, okay? It ain't pretty.
That's a good point, because...
Buck Compton's fine.
I'm serious.
Sure thing, Buck. Nothing stupid. We got it, right?
He looks like he's gonna freeze before he could do anything stupid. But anyways, Buck was even joking.
Don't do anything stupid. Bunch of morons who volunteered to jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
I swum across the Niagara once.
Well, you are from Tonawanda.
My mom, my sister Ruth, they gave me all kinds of hell.
Sweet fate, Anna. Shut it, George.
Well,
Anyways, Buck was making jokes after he got shot. It wasn't until he came back that he was dealing with the mental health problems and the shell shock. So who was it that also wanted the Luger? Because someone wanted it for his brother, I thought.
I heard about Hubler.
He's back.
Shame.
Yeah, where were you to help?
It is.
Where you from, Lipton? Where'd you grow up?
Huntington, West Virginia.
West Virginia.
What kind of work did you do there?
My brother and I helped my mom run a boarding house.
And your father?
He was killed when I was 10, sir.
So, what made you decide to join the paratroopers?
I read an article about paratroopers in Life magazine. Said if you want to make it as a paratrooper, you had to be the best. Where are you from?
No, Dyke. I was gonna say he's trying. He's trying to bond. He's trying to make these connections. And then he just walked away. So one of the interviews at the beginning, the guy said that he wanted the person to his left to be the best and the person to his right to be the best or something along those lines. So I wonder if that was Lip.
I think I got something that'll help you with your leadership problem.
Dyke's being transferred?
No. Send it back to the States on a 30-day furlough.
That sounds perfect. You can make Dyke do it.
But I'm sure we can find an officer somewhere in this battalion who could use a long trip home.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Peacock.
Oh. Is he the one that yells all the time?
Best news I've heard in weeks. Yeah. Hell of a guy.
They're like, good riddance.
It means a lot, you know? Oh, get out of here.
The quiet cheering so you don't give away your position. So who's gonna backfill Peacock?
This file for the camera. Got to keep the morale up for them folks back home.
Why?
Damned if I know.
How do I feel about being rescued by Patton?
We didn't need to be fucking rescued by Pat.
Sorry, sir.
Pat, I couldn't agree more. What are you doing here?
Want to head back to the line, sir. I'd really like to head back with the fellas, sir.
Right? Then go.
Joe Toy had been at the aid station for 3 days, and everybody was glad to have him back. Especially Bill Garnier.
What the hell you doing back here?
I have to make sure you're on top of things.
Tied me own boots once last week. All by myself.
I think my favorite thing is watching their bonds grow each episode.
A lot of you guys been injured?
It's called wounded, Peanut. Injured's when you fall out of a tree.
You're bound to get dinged sometime. He landed on broken glass in Normandy and got peppered by a potato masher in Holland. Bull, he got a piece of exploding tank in Holland.
That feels like so long ago.
Now Lee he got pinged to the neck in Holland. That's Popeye. He got shot in his scrawny little butt in Normandy.
Buck got shot in his rather large butt in Holland.
Hey, even First Sergeant Lipton over there. He got a couple pieces of a tank shell bursting. Another chunk almost took out his nuts.
What was nuts, Sarge?
Doing fine, Bill. On the afternoon of January 3rd, most of E Company headed back to our old position.
2 days after my birthday.
Wouldn't drink too much if I were you.
Hey, be careful if he offers you a cigarette.
Oh, Spears.
Lieutenant Ronald Spears was one of the platoon leaders in D Company. He was already a legend.
Keep up the good work. While you're at it, you might want to reinforce your cover.
Lieutenant Dykes are not even to bother.
Lieutenant Dyke said that, huh? Don't forget what I said.
I would listen to Spears. Frickin' Captain America.
Oh, anyone care for smoke?
Oh, he did not. No, I'm good. I'm good. All of a sudden, don't smoke anymore.
Ah! You gotta be fucking kidding me!
What happened?
One of those 1st Battalion fuckers took a dump in my foxhole!
That's rude.
I don't think they wanted to spend much time above ground.
Less rude. I get why you would take a shit in the foxhole and not leave.
Bois Jacques, the Germans had been shelling our old position. There were signs of tree bursts everywhere.
Yikes. Okay, anyways, Winters and Spears, both Captain America. I don't make the rules. But I would listen to Spears over Dyke.
Looking across the field at Foy, I could see enemy troops. I still couldn't see their artillery.
Probably hiding in one of those big hay things.
We got pretty good foxholes. We just need to fortify the covers.
If they've got us targeted, maybe... We hold the line.
Is he in Battlestar?
And we're gonna hang in. We're not gonna fall back. Right, Lieutenant?
Hmm?
Oh, God.
Incoming! Take cover!
Oh!
What's the cover? I got it! Hero! What's the cover?
Oh! Wait, who was that? Shh! Toy! That's awful, because there's literally nothing you can do to protect yourself.
And at that moment in that half-finished foxhole, all I could think about was the 4th of July when I was a kid. What I saw that day was the most awesome and terrifying display of firepower I'd ever seen in my life. Of course, I wouldn't have been laughing if I'd known what happened to Joe Toy.
What happened to Toy? No. Oh my God. Where's he hit? I can't tell. Oh! Somebody help him. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Maybe we should see if anybody's hit.
No.
I ain't gonna get up. I ain't gonna get up.
You hear that? Is that Joe?
Help!
Come on, Joe. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, pal. Hey! Come on, get me out of here, Lip!
They don't know about toys.
Incoming! Come on, come on! No! You're gonna get bombed! Hold on, I'll be there. I'm gonna help you.
No.
During the second barrage, I wasn't laughing anymore.
You get things organized here. I'm gonna go for help.
Don't you fucking dare. What do you mean? You're just leaving them there. I hate that guy.
Medic!
Hey, Lip. Ain't got old on here this time.
Gotcha, soldier. Take it easy.
Hey, Joe, I told you I'd beat you back to the States.
How can you be joking?
Some say Buck changed after he was shot in Holland. Maybe. But I know something happened to him when he saw Toy and Garnier on the ground.
I fucking knew this episode was gonna be awful.
Buck was a great combat leader. He received the Silver Star for his part in taking out those German guns on D-Day.
Gosh, how we all know what an exciting young man you are, and how your heart and love.
I guess he just couldn't take seeing his friends Toy and Garnier all torn up like that. No one ever thought any less of him for it.
If you guys see boogers in my nose, no you don't. No you don't.
First, great impression of Dyke. Second, don't do it anymore. It doesn't do anybody any good, okay?
He's just another one who's just like such a natural leader. Oh my fucking god, not again. I can't do this again. I couldn't even tell who that was. They just got so lucky.
Muck and Pencala were good men. Their death hit Malarkey the hardest. Malarkey's best friends in the company had been Compton, Muck, and Pencala. In less than a week, he'd seen 2 of them die.
I hate this episode.
Didn't I hear you say you wanted to, bring a Luger home for your kid brother?
Oh.
Why don't you give him that? I don't know. Captain Winters was wondering if you work as his runner for a few days.
Tell him thanks. I'm gonna stay here.
Why don't you at least come back for an hour or so? Say goodbye to Buck. I'm sure it'll mean a lot to him.
All right.
Buck was never the same after seeing Toy and Garnier get hit that day. I guess he just needed some time away from it all.
And then he goes home, he doesn't even have his girl because she left him.
E Company would lead the attack. The problem was, at least in my estimation, E Company still did not have a leader.
How is Dyke supposed to freaking lead an attack on Foy? There's no freaking way. There's no freaking way.
Lieutenant Dyke is an empty uniform, Captain. He's not there, sir. I gotta tell you, sir, I think he's gonna get a lot of Easy Company men killed.
He knew just what to say to get Winters to actually, like, do something about it.
There was nothing Winters could do.
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past Winters to figure something out.
Couldn't very well remove a company CO because of the misgivings of a company first sergeant.
Need him. The point is, you gotta move in there fast.
Maybe he'll be okay because he's not the one who has to make the decisions. He just has to, like, relay the decisions.
Clear?
Clear.
I'm relying on you.
That doesn't bode well, though. That does not bode well, though.
Keep him tight, Shane!
I think he's doing okay.
Wait a minute, where's Foley?
Why are you stopping in the middle?
Where the hell is first platoon?
Why are you just stopping there?
Hold up! Keep moving! Easy company! Hold
You
up!
can't stop in the middle of a fucking field! What do you mean, hold up?
Fall back!
You haven't even gone anywhere. What do you mean, fall back?
Go forward! Why are we stopped? Go back! Fall back!
He's panicking. He's panicking.
You want first platoon to go around and attack the village by itself? We will provide suppressing fire!
Winters literally told you what the fuck to do. Are you kidding me right now? I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Nightmare. No. Bergani too.
They shot me in my ass, boys!
No, it's the curse of easy.
Sir, we are sitting ducks here.
He's not there anymore. He's not there anymore. They need help.
I understand your attachment to Easy Company, but
Slash, get yourself over here!
Fucking save them. This is so fucking cool. Such a badass.
I'm taking over. Mortars and grenade launchers on that building till it's gone. When it's gone, I want first to go straight in. Forget going around. Everybody else follow me.
Yes, sir.
Thank God, huh?
Does that guy that he just pulled up literally get shot after he got pulled up?
Fire!
He's such a freaking badass. What the hell? Did he do all of this in real life?
We're gonna slip away! That's right, wait here!
What the hell?
What the fuck is he?
First, the Germans didn't shoot at him. I think they couldn't quite believe what they were seeing, but that wasn't the really astounding thing. That after he hooked up with I Company, he came back.
Fucking cool. Did he do this in real life?
Second floor, building on the right. Don't miss, Shifty.
Oh my god, he's such a good shot. Bergani.
Shot me right through my ass.
You hang tough.
What happened to Dyke? He looks so tiny on his back.
We'd been looking down at the town of Foy for the better part of a month. It was a great relief to have done it. We spent our night in Rechamp in a convent. The sisters there brought in their choir to sing for us. It was heaven. Garnier was badly wounded and Hubler died accidentally. Joe Toy had lost his leg. Among the dead were Heron, Mellett, Sawasko, Kenneth Webb, Harold Webb, Alex Pankala, and Skip Muck.
You want to ask me, don't you?
Ask you what, sir?
You want to know if they're true or not, the stories about me. Maybe that's because Tertius knew there was some value to the men thinking he was the meanest, toughest son of a bitch in the whole Roman Legion.
Well, you kind of are the meanest, baddest, toughest son of a bitch. You're so fucking cool.
You're happy to have a good leader again. Been told there's always been one man they could count on. Every day kept the spirits up, kept the men focused, gave them direction. All the things a good combat leader does.
You did such a good job.
Hell, it was you for a sergeant.
It was you, you big dummy. That's partly why he's a good leader, because he didn't even know I was.
Winter's put in for a battlefield commission and Sink approved on your behalf. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Lip, that sounds good. Dude, I'm a freaking mess.
Yeah, thanks for crapping in our foxholes, you shitheads.
Hey, it's our pleasure.
How do you go through all of that and then just joke with each? They're so fucking badass, I can't. Beyond the wounded and killed, every man at Bastogne suffered. Men unhit by shrapnel or bullets were nevertheless casualties. Stephen E. Ambrose. I'm not sure that anybody who lived through that one hasn't carried with him in some hidden ways those scars. Perhaps that is the factor that helps keep Easy Men bonded so unusually close together. Captain Richard Winters. Alright, guys. I knew the episode. I knew it. I knew it. I don't know where to start, so I'm just going to read through my notes and try to cobble them together as best as I can. First of all, I just want to start with that church scene at the end. That was so beautiful. I love that they did that because a lot happened in that episode. There was a lot of people to keep track of. They said some names of people that I didn't necessarily recognize, so I thought that scene was beautiful. It was incredibly well done, but also just like a beautiful way to pay tribute to everybody who was wounded or lost their lives. While also helping like remind you, the viewer, who was who, because there were so many people. And it was just beautifully done. The fact that these are real experiences lived by real people, that fact is never lost on me. But especially in episodes like this, it's just so hard for my silly little brain to comprehend. I've said this before, but when you learn about it, when you teach about it, it's so easy to to be in the classroom and be like, yeah, they went through this, this, and this. But then when you see it, even though it's a reenactment, it just shows you just how awful the things they went through were. That reading it on paper or even just seeing static images doesn't do. And I'm so grateful, and again, I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I'm so grateful they have the interviews at the beginning of each episode, because it really, really drives home the fact that these are real stories and real experiences. And some of them seem so fantastical that it'd be easy to forget that this stuff actually happened. And I know that there are certain examples of them combining stories into one person that weren't necessarily one person, or exaggerating things just for effect, for the shock value or the drama of a show. But so many of these things actually happened. They might not have happened in this specific capacity, but they actually happened. And it blows my mind. That scene with frickin' Spears jumped through the fucking explosion. Are you kidding me? And then ran all the way to I Company and then ran all the way back. I feel like he probably actually did that too, based off of what we've seen of Spears earlier. But like, it's things like that, like people were like these real life superheroes in these moments. Like, it just blows my mind that someone is capable of doing that and surviving that. So it's really cool, but also it makes it much more difficult when you do see these injuries, when you do see these deaths. When you do see the people struggling with their mental health. Because that really happened to them. I wrote down Winters calling Spears. Hell yeah. I was so happy when he did that. I had a little bit of hope for Dyke. When Winters was talking him through the whole game plan, I had hope for a fleeting moment. Naively. That Dyke was going to be able to do it because he didn't have to come up with his own plan. Like, I don't think Dyke is a bad guy. He just wasn't a good leader for these guys. And I thought, oh, one of his things is that he's always delegating. He's always saying, oh, you decide, you do whatever. And they'd leave. So I thought, oh, in this, maybe he'll be okay, because Winters literally drew out on a map what he wanted Dyke to do. So I'm like, maybe that's what he's good at. He's good at just telling people, like... Clearly, I was wrong. I'm not... I think in the episode I said I was so angry, and like I am angry, but also like I get it. I get it. He was clearly in shock. He clearly was not prepared. They mentioned a couple times that he basically had friends in higher ups, and he was kind of just placed there. He probably wasn't ready. He probably wasn't ready. And that's not his fault. If he didn't work his way up to that point, I can see why that would happen. I could see why that would happen, because again, you read something in a textbook, you learn something in drills. It's not the same. It's not the same. So I'm angry, but I get it. Also, very similarly to Sobol, I want to be cognizant of the fact that I don't know how accurate this is. In terms of his character, or like how accurate the description of what happened with his decisions are. So I do want to be cognizant of like not hating on him too badly, but fuck man, he freaking annoyed me. Because like, I understand, but why are you stopping everybody in the middle of the goddamn field? Like, I was so angry. Anyways, I've got to cross things off. What did I even talk about? The church. Oops, sorry. Church, real stories, real people. Winter's calling. The Spears run. I talked about that. Oh, continuing on talking about Dyke. It feels like they really kept drawing attention to his yawn in this episode. Obviously, we saw him yawn like 2 or 3 times, but then when Les was like reenacting him, he also reenacted the yawn. So clearly that was something he was known for within the unit. And I don't know, like, I don't know if he was actually just exhausted, because that situation is exhausting. And again, he probably didn't necessarily have the experience that those other men had. So he wasn't necessarily like used to living through that. Not, I mean, who could be used to it? That's probably not the right way to describe that, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Or I do know from personal experience that yawning is also a sign of stress or anxiety. And the fact that he like completely shut down and was in shock in that fight, that could also be fitting. So I almost wonder if they were including those yawns to warn us, like, hey, he's not prepared for this. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. Oops, I'm sorry. I keep hitting my microphone with my pen. I just thought that was interesting because they kept drawing attention to it, so I made a note of it. I guess that's all I have to say about that. Shifty Powers, that was his name, right? His sniper shot was so freaking good. I was so scared for Lip. And at that point, I did not trust that he was going to make it. But freaking Shifty did it. Hell yeah, Shifty. It was really awesome. It reminded me of, now I'm forgetting which movie it was. Was it Saving Private Ryan, where he shot through the scope? And I know that's not Shifty's story. I do think that was based off of a real story, but I don't think it was World War II. I think that happened in a different... Anyways, I don't even remember if it's Saving Private Ryan. See, this is the thing with the outros. After you watch a very emotionally devastating show or movie, trying to remember anything is just... My brain can't do it. It can't do it. So I don't know what movie that was. You guys can remind me. You'll know. But that's what it reminded me of. The movie where he shot through the scope and right in the eye. So Shifty's pretty damn cool. I also love when he, with his little, it wasn't a Southern accent, but like his old school Southern turn of phrase. I can't remember now exactly what he said, but like I echoed it in the episode. I remember thinking it was really sweet. Okay. Then I have a couple things written down here that just, I felt like a lot of the survival and death and injuries in this episode, most of the times boiled down to timing and sheer dumb luck. So with timing, obviously Toy lost his freaking leg. They didn't say he died though, so I'm gonna go with that he lived and just obviously lost his leg. No shit, Sherlock. But if he had just stayed in the infirmary like a day longer, 2 days longer, it would have been a completely different story. Now, I don't know if it would have been a better story for him because he wouldn't have been with Easy anymore because Easy would have moved on. But I just thought that was crazy. Like, he literally got there like that. It looked like that day in this episode. Maybe the day before. And then on the opposite end of that, Luz was crawling towards the foxhole. If he decided to get up and run towards the foxhole, or, I don't know, just crawled faster, he would have been in the foxhole when it got hit. So again, the timing of that, the sheer dumb luck of that, it's just crazy to me because when you're in a situation like that, there's no skill involved with survival. You can be in your foxhole and that will protect you from shrapnel. Probably. Not always. we saw it didn't help people getting covered by trees. But if the sheer dumb luck of just an artillery shell landing right on you or next to you, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. So all that training, all that, everything that you've been through, all that skill you have, what are you supposed to fucking do in a situation like that? Sorry, I keep thinking I have it together, and then I keep talking, and it makes it worse. And then going along with the sheer dumb luck, speaking of artillery, the frickin' Dud artillery. Was it Luz and Lip in there? And now I don't even remember. Again, sheer dumb luck. If that hadn't been a Dud. And then I was getting extra emotional because I was like, hey, maybe that came from maybe that came from Schindler's Group. Where they were intentionally making duds. In my mind, that was a nice little crossover. Oh my god, I'm pathetic. I know that it really, logically, that doesn't make sense. But in my head, it was a nice little episode crossover for reactions. I don't know how often that happened. Again, don't know if that actually really happened in real life, but I'm going to assume that that's something factual, not something added. Really, for all of this stuff, I'm just going to assume the way they showed it is the way it happened, and you can kind of just correct me in the comments for anything that's not, but in my little headcanon, that's how that went down. Okay, so that's all my notes. There's probably other things. I felt like there was a couple times I was trying to say something and then there would be talking or action and I couldn't finish. So I apologize if there's unfinished thoughts in that episode. I don't know what those were now. Yeah. That was emotionally devastating. And I cannot stress enough how I can't believe people lived through that. I just can't. Okay. So now going forward, we have a lot less characters that we've been with since the beginning. Which means there's probably going to be a bunch of new characters that we are going to focus on, new names to learn, new people to learn, which is both exciting and also I kind of feel like the original Band of Easy and I don't want to get to know them. I just want the original guys. Oh my god. I feel so dumb. But I'm very curious to see where we go from here. We have 3 episodes left. I don't know what those are going to entail. Probably going to be devastating through the rest of the series, but looking forward to seeing what the stories are. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. This is one of those ones where I really hope that I did it justice because it feels particularly important. And I always want to make sure that I'm doing justice to these real people who served and died and were injured. So I haven't said it in a long time, but thank you to everybody who is currently serving or who has served, because I can't imagine doing it, and I appreciate the fact that you are doing it or did do it. If you would like to see the full reaction, you can find that over on Patreon. The link is in the description and a pinned comment below. If you'd like to see these reactions just a little bit earlier, you can become a channel member where you get access to these as soon as they are posted instead of having to wait till their normal scheduled date. If you can't do either of those things, that's totally okay. I hope you enjoyed the channel enough to stick around. And if you do, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. All right, I'm going to go because I think between the crying and my cold, my voice is starting to go. I appreciate you all. I don't know when this is posting, but I think it's right around Christmas. So if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, Happy Holidays to you. I appreciate all of you, and have an amazing day.